Please state your name for our records. Andreas Mahler, journeyman artist from Nuremberg. Andreas Mahler, son of Josef Mahler, master artist from Nuremberg. Andreas Mahler, artist recently of Basel. Andreas Mahler, troublemaker. I'll go with artist recently of Basel. Really? What brought you all the way to Upper Bavaria? I'm heading back to Nuremberg to finish my apprenticeship and open a workshop. It's the end of my Wanderjahre. I was just on the way back to Nuremberg, Your Reverence. I'll go with the first one. Very well, thank you. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now then, Master Mahler, what was your relation to Lorenz, the Baron Rotvogel? I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Incidental acquaintance, nothing more. Yeah, I'll go with that. Would it be fair to say that you did not feel you knew him well? Before he died, I didn't know that much about him. Only after his death I learned about his, more horrible side. Yes, Your Reverence. That is unfortunate, but I'd like you to try and characterize the man for me. A fine man, a lover of art and knowledge, confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants, a nobleman for all of the good and ill that goes along with the title. Confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants. Do you think someone would kill him for that? Someone, perhaps. I will need more than perhaps. Someone had to have a reason, if not that, something else. Otherwise, it makes my presence here somewhat difficult to explain. The Baron Rotvogel was murdered here, in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gernot believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I have met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. While it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron, he was discovered in flagrante delicto. He wasn't, though. The Baron was already dead. Stop talking. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Piero had reason to resent the Baron, the loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. And as for his age and infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptation of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron, both in town and the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rotvogel? Lucky Steinauer argued with the Baron. I will not say anything about Sister Matilda. The Abbey's prior, Ferenc, was behaving suspiciously the day of the Baron's arrival. He may have had a motive. That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and Brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, but Prior Ferenc's role in the scriptorium has little bearing on his motive. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of Prior Ferenc's motive. Please do so. Baron Rotvogel and Prior Ferenc were exchanging letters about performing a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. You have proof of this? I have a letter the Prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does follow through on his threat to implicate him to inquisitors in Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. And how do you believe Prior Ferenc would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual. I found a silver rod that belongs to Briar Ference. It had dried blood on it. A silver rod? Likely a magical tool of some sort, but it is of a size and weight appropriate for the head wound that the Baron received. How did you come to possess this item? In truth, it involved a little grave digging. Master Maler, while it is not my place nor my task to hold you liable for what you've done, I will be informing Father Gernot. Oh, don't worry, he knows. Is there anything else you have to say about the prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? Lucky Steinauer. Do I mention him? I will leave Sister Matilda out of this. I'm not implicating her at all. Lucky Steinauer. Who is Lucky Steinauer? I don't believe his name has come up during our questioning. The town stonemason. Alright, what's the connection between the town stonemason and a nobleman from Worms? Lucky wanted to take revenge against the Baron for the death of his daughter Beate. I and at least 3 farmers in the village saw Lucky arguing with the Baron when he came to town. Can we say both of those things? Did the stonemason believe that the Baron had murdered this young woman? No, she was a suicide, but Lucky held the Baron responsible. This is quite hard to follow, Master Maler. What does this have to do with the Baron and the stonemason? On his last visit several years ago, the Baron charmed Lucy's daughter, but left her behind. Sometime after the Baron left, Beate realized she was with child. The stonemason and his wife did their best, but Beate did not want to keep the child. She attempted to stop the pregnancy by way of her mother's medicine. Mother's medicine? Agnes Steinauerin is the town midwife. I see. In the end, the medicine claimed her life. And her unborn child with it, I presume. This stonemason, Lucky Steinauer, has held a grudge this whole time. They argued about something. I know that. I witnessed it the morning the Baron arrived. And how do you propose that this stonemason killed the Baron? I mean, he's quite strong. As a stonemason, Lucky would have access to any number of tools that he could use to bludgeon the Baron. Yeah. Have you found such a tool? I have not. No, but that does not mean it does not exist. And as they are Lucky's tools, only he would know if one went missing. A fair point, Master Maler, but the fact remains it has yet to be found. True. In any case, that is the extent of my knowledge about Lucky Steinauer, Your Reverence. Is there anyone else you can think of who may have wanted to harm the Baron? Do we go for Martin Bauer? He's just a thief. Wait, did he run down the... Was it on the day that the Baron died? Was that the same day? I can't take a look at my, ledger anymore. I think it was though, wasn't it? But I don't have any evidence on him. I don't have any weapon or anything like that. Wouldn't be a strong case. I can think of no one else who could have caused to harm the Baron, Your Reverence. Also, yeah, I don't really have a motive. Like, he stole from him. Maybe he was caught, but that's not a lot to go off of. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. Master Adeljäger has entered his testimony in our registry. That's a fun name for that. Adeljäger would translate to noble hunter. So it could be the noble hunter, or it could be the hunt that hunts nobles. Your description of what transpired between the Baron and Beate Steinauerin explains the meaning. You don't think the stonemason wrote it, do you? No, whoever wrote the note was a talented scribe. I understand Kirsa has two, the elderly brother Edok and the younger brother Guy. Let's just click on that so we can finally get that line crossed off. There we go. To be frank, your reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it too. The style is just different. It's unlike Edok and Guy's writing. Unlike mine. Yes, well, whatever the particulars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand, on the same type of parchment, to those who had motive to kill the Baron. That is deeply troubling, but again, beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Thank you again for your time, Master Mahler. Would it be impertinent of me to opine on who the killer is? I think it's Ferenc. Like, it seems so obvious to me because I dug up a grave for the weapon. Because I snooped in a lot of ways that investigated him. If I had snooped in the direction of other people, I'm sure they would seem that obvious. Like how Lucky Steiner also seems like a very obvious choice. Not at all. You are an educated man and have conducted yourself appropriately in this inquiry. I reserve final judgment, of course, but who do you believe killed the Baron? Considering all of the evidence, and the fact that Ferenc tried to destroy some evidence, pick a suspect to influence the Archdeacon's final decision. Press and hold to confirm your choice. So we can click through. In Ferenc's house, I discovered the Volvel he was holding when he deciphered the manuscript. I can use this... Oh, it's just the investigation thing. Yeah. Prior Ferenc, Your Reverence. His behavior on the day of the Baron's arrival revealed his anxiety about his situation. Noted. Your contributions to this inquiry are appreciated. Thank you for your time and candor. You're quite welcome, Your Reverence. I wanted to help in any way I could. I know in my heart that Brother Piero is innocent. That might make my whole argument seem more motivated than it might have seemed here. So I'm just gonna say you are quite welcome, Your Reverence. Until later, Master Mahler. Until then, Your Reverence. Final day of law and judgment. May 15, 18. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. It was the prior of the Abbey, if you can believe it. Did you ever talk with him in the Abbey, Andreas? You missed the trial, Andreas. That Archdeacon read all of the charges and found him guilty. I worked with him almost every day, Clara. I didn't know he had murder in him. I don't think Ferenc did it. The Archdeacon got it wrong. I worked with him every day. He was obsessed with dark magic. It was only a matter of time before he got caught. I guess that would at least make the town feel better about it. About time, then. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas? Otto? Agnus Dei, qui tollis, etc. I didn't do this, God knows it, even... Okay, yeah, it's It's going by quickly. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. And he's... Oof. Well, I hope I was right in my judgment. Running like a chicken, crying like a woman. Pathetic. Silence, silence. Where's Steiner? Where's Lucky? I'm trying to see if he has any more of a reaction to this. Is he here? Where are you? Lucky? No? I order the execution to carry out his duty. I warrant him a pace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. It's not a good thing to watch. My lord judge, have I executed well? You have executed as judgment and law have required. For that I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. I know this was your doing, Andreas. You know it was only a matter of time before Ferenc was caught for his interests. Take it up with the Archdeacon, it has nothing to do with me. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. You turned a blind eye to his activities for years. Take it up with the Archdeacon. The Archdeacon wouldn't have reached his verdict without your testimony. I read it. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. You are no longer welcome at Kiersau, Andreas Mahler. I will send your final payment to the Gärtners. May you have a long and successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. Well. Separation, June 1518. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Brother Piero. This farewell will have to be brief. Father Gernot made it clear I was no longer welcome in Kiersau. I pray that time will soften Father Abbott's heart. I hope he eventually realizes you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but inevitable. I had hoped you would stay a little bit longer. But the world needs you more than Kiersau does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As I will you. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Please, I value your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I am excited to see it finished at last. It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. And it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work, not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. This shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what we may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so, I am proud of you, Andreas. Oh. What is this? A scrap of parchment? Kehrt nie wieder hierher zurück. Yeah, do not return here. A warning? Whose hand is this? It doesn't look like Brother Edok's or Brother Guy's. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. And I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. Someone was trying to manipulate him into going to the chapter house in the middle of the night. And I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. They must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of the town and this abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that had been buried in the past. A frightening thought, but who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside of these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I will come as often as I can. I'm sure we'll see each other again. I'll come as often as I can, assuming Father Gernot doesn't forbid it. We must have faith that better days lies ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Mahler. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. Thank you for your guidance. Until later. God bless you, Brother Piero. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. The Baron finished Act 1. Oh, that's Act 1. Oh, it's later now. Are you alright, Master Andreas? What? Are you alright, Master Andreas? Yes, thank you. I was just remembering him. Trying to anyway. It doesn't come easily anymore. Oh, would you like me to leave you alone? No, Caspar. It's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like so many things. Andreas Mahler, I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been in Nuremberg for those last 7 years? No, Nuremberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Ah, we can choose another thing, okay. We could say Poland. Andreas knows some Polish, bits of Czech and Hungarian, and can reference cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague and Buda. So this is before Budapest became one city. England. Andreas knows some English and can reference cultural touchstones from London and other parts of Britain. France. Andreas knows French and can reference cultural touchstones from Paris, Tours and Dijon. Or Aragon. Andreas knows some Spanish and bits of Arabic and can reference cultural touchstones from Barcelona and Valencia. Okay, which ones do I go for? Which one do I go for here? I mean, of those countries, I've only been to England. Though, to be fair, I spent more time in Scotland than in England, but I've been to England as well. Sure, let's go to where I've actually been. I was in London mostly. It was well received there and painted portraits. I was well received there and painted portraits for the nobility and prominent merchants. Let's take a look at the definition of London. The capital of England and centre of new religious strife between its King Henry VIII and the Church. The city has struggled under religious and political extremism throughout his reign. Did you encounter any Jews among your clients? No, though there was rumor of a home for Jewish converts to Christianity in the city. Why? I had heard that a handful of physicians were naturalized as citizens after the expulsion. I wondered if they might have found a home in England after their recent ejections from Portugal and Navarre. I'm surprised you care at all. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Kiersau. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. I was just passing through on my way back to Nuremberg. I thought I'd stop in. I simply wanted to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that. I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. What were you expecting? A hero's welcome? Fine, tell Father Gernot I'll be staying at the Landhaus in town for a night or two before moving on. Well, I wouldn't mind. You can expect a mouthful of broken teeth if you don't hold your tongue. I didn't get Ferenc killed, if that's what it's about. Fine, tell Father Gernot I'll be staying at the Landhaus. Where is the Landhaus? Is there a... Oh, an inn or tavern usually owned or operated by a single family that serves travelers in rural areas. Yes. Sure. The Golden Hand? I'll tell him, but I can't imagine he'll care. Why is he so rude? God bless you. Now be off. Revolution, June 1525. Okay. Let's see. That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? Toward the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Kiersau Abbey. Nobleman. Father Gernot panicked and accused my friend, Brother Piero, of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating Archduke that another monk was responsible, Prior Ferenc. You know, it was a long time ago. I really don't want to talk about it. Yeah. He was executed for the crime. You got someone killed? No, I collected evidence and presented it truthfully. The Archdeacon is the one who made the ruling. Well, you couldn't let your friend die? Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot is still this mad at you. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones. I've had to live with that. Hard, yes, but also exhilarating. No. Yeah, I've made some difficult choices. Why did we come here if you are not welcome? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just wanted to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take towards home is agonizing. But, Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. I know, it must be hard to believe I was once very much like you. All that I have accomplished is my work, yes. Now I am left hollow with nothing else left. I thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was my dream. I know it must be hard to believe I was once very much like you. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Caspar. Learn from my mistakes, alright? So this is what I have to look forward to, Caspar. A life of disappointment. No, I'll go with the first one here. Alright, yes, Master Andreas. I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Caspar. Come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. As you like, Master Andreas. Okay, let's visit Klaus. No, it's not time to go to bed. Now, who's running this inn? Oh, that's a nice inn. That's Hannah. Hello, Andreas. How are you enjoying your stay? It's been wonderful, Hannah. Thank you. Well enough. The room is not what I'm used to, honestly. It's been wonderful, Hannah. Thank you. Oh, good. You're in the best room we have. I'm glad it's to your liking. Was there anything else? No, thank you. Until later. Until then. Okay. Anything else over here? No. Maybe other rooms or something. Let's go downstairs. Oh, there's the meadow. Let's talk to the other people in here. So far, Kilian. Good day, Master Mahler. Nico. Ah, Master Mahler, is it? Hello and welcome to the Golden Hand. I am Nico Berger. I own this landhouse and run it with my wife Hannah and our son Kilian. Sometimes similar words in English and German come out the wrong way if I have to switch between the two pronunciations. I believe my boy helped you to your room. Is it to your liking? It's lovely, thank you. I am glad to hear it. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here a few years back. Yes, I worked for the Abbey as an artist. Ah, I see. I heard that you were involved in solving a murder. Yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. Are you trying to ask me to solve a murder? Yes. I heard it was the prior at the abbey that the Baron was a sacrifice in some diabolical spell the brother was casting. No, he wasn't casting a spell. The Baron wasn't a sacrifice. Where did you hear that? Oh, bits and pieces that people have said here and there. It sounds like the story has changed in the last 7 years. I meant no offense, Master Mahler. I just find it to be an interesting story. It's not a story, it's something that happened. 2 people died. I have to go. I don't want to be too, upfront. I have to go. Of course. Again, I meant no offense. Well, I'll leave you to your day. Until later. Until then. Okay, anything out here? Samuel. I've never met you before. Hello, Andreas. Okay, he looks like a bard, but he holds a sword. I suppose that's not unheard of. Let's keep going then to the meadow. Now, how has the town itself changed? Actually, we could just look at the map, right? I think that's probably the easiest way. Oh, there's the... Okay, so... Was that where the church once was? Oh, there's... What's his name? The thief, right? That's him? Okay, let's take a look at the plan for now. Brother Voislav used thyme in almost all of the abbey's cooking. Maybe because it grows so easily here. Okay. Right, there's the mill up there. Just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the abbot. Would you prefer the alternative? You don't need to do that, Otto. I understand. I'm just saying... Andreas? Andreas Mahler? It's good to see you again, old friend. Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Kaspar Ziegler from Salzburg. Salzburg, a small city located on the river Salzach and founded on Roman ruins. Rumor of violence and rebellion in the city are becoming more common. Kaspar's hometown. Ziegler, so he's like a maybe the son of like a bricklayer. I don't know what's the name for that, because Ziegel means brick, and Ziegler would be someone who works with who like maybe it's someone who makes bricks. Like that could be it, but in those times most likely that's some ancestor's job that just became a name. Good day. Ah, that answers that. I thought he might be your son. We don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. No, not yet. I've only been married 7 years, Otto. We don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. They grow fast enough around here. Eva and I just had our first, little Otto, though we call him Ötz. Yeah, he looked about what you'd expect from someone who's about that age, I suppose. Congratulations to you both. That's wonderful news. Thank you. It's been a trial with Dad gone, but Clara and Ursula help out where they can. He lived a surprisingly long time, considering his profession and previous stroke. Not long enough for me, not long enough for Ötz. Dr. Stolz said it was another stroke, while he was sleeping, thankfully. I know Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? I'm sorry, things got busy after I left Tassing. Sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. I feel like I should remember your face, but I can't place it. No, that's the guy who stole things, right? Otto, aren't you going to introduce me to your friend? This is Martin, of course. Martin Bauer, can't you tell? Oh, it's fine, Otto. It's because it's been 7 years and I was so much smaller then. Also, no beard. Oh yes, of course. Hello, Martin. Hello. Sorry to run, but I have to get these sheep back to the farm. As much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto, I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas, until later. Good to see you, Martin. Last time I saw Martin was in this meadow. He was sneezing, seemed to hate being here. Even his mother, Kat, said that he always sneezed when he was in this meadow. Strange. Okay. Is it strange or are you just confused? I know what I saw. Are you sure? Good to see you, Martin. Pain in my ass. What's this about a meeting? Is something happening in town? I can't believe how much Martin's changed. Is something happening in town? You've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. Actually, I was just on my way to see Klaus. I'll consider it, thanks. I hope to see you there. Until later. Okay. Where was Klaus again? Let's take a look at the map. So... Right, so this was a mostly barren place. Martin Bauer is down here. This is a person I should meet. Anything at the Kearsau Abbey? Well, I mean, I'm not allowed in, but I can sneak in, I suppose. And Europe, we're still in the same area, of course.